Happy Saturday. Groundhog's Day, the movie, and it is Groundhog's Day. You should go out and watch it. It's got a great message. How are we as humans experiencing the day? What do we want? What are our intentions and motivations? Because every day is basically an opportunity. Every day can be, I know I've looked at it this way. It's, oh my God, it's the same day over and over again. I'm caught in this cycle of just boredom and work and whatever. Angry, disillusioned, resentful, you name it. I go down a litany of just negative perspective. And the shift I can begin to make is my decision. How do I look at the day? Just looking at it as an opportunity versus a burden. Because I looked at life as a burden for years, as a victim, and I've got to go do this, I have to do that. And a series of events over a bunch of years just broke me in the best way possible, broke my heart open. And part of that journey of resentment and anger was done with the intention to prove to everybody I could do what they told me to do to change, but I wanted to prove them wrong that I wouldn't. And I did change. My perspective did change, and no huge event. There are some exterior events that happen, but I didn't inherit anything. I had a spiritual shift. I had rock bottom in my life. Spiritually, emotionally, financially, I had nothing. And I could have gone further down, I'm sure. But my heart broke open, and I began to pursue a different way, a different thing, a different way of thinking. And this was beyond me stopping drinking. I stopped drinking 8 years before I had this really just a heart shift and my heart breaking open. And I don't know, it was amazing. And it's been a journey for the last 12, 13 years since then to continue down that process of being uncomfortable and seeking. And I continue. That's the beauty of just continued growth. And the challenge is that it's not immediate. I crave the immediate. That's what I loved about drugs and alcohol. It changed my perspective immediately. I didn't have to rely upon anything. I relied upon the drugs to do the changing, not the internal work and opening my heart and being vulnerable. And that stuff was too challenging. I wasn't willing to do any of that work. I wasn't willing to look inside to, I wasn't willing to be quiet enough. I was too ego-filled to think I could take any direction. I thought I knew best. And I arguably knew nothing when I thought I knew everything. Delightfully, I changed because I didn't think anybody could change. I didn't think I could shift my perspective, and that was a decision I got to make. I didn't want to take any responsibility for that. It's been my experience. I've come to find out that it takes practice and work to do that. Routine, gratitude, service, love. And those actions bring about joy for me, bring about happiness for me. Yeah. And that's really what Groundhog Day is about. Like all of that. It's such a great, it's told in such a great story. Yeah. The journey. And it's so easy for me to be caught in the external stuff. What do they have? I want that. Why not me? It's that old story calling to me to downshift. It's like the old friend that no longer serves the relationship anymore. That relationship I had with myself, the negative relationship, the lower self, the berating myself, the drill sergeant self served me for a time. But it no longer serves me anymore, and I can be grateful for where it got me, and with love say thank you, but no thank you. I no longer accept that story, that version of me. Yeah. I don't know. It's amazing. I don't know if that's talked about enough as young kids, or maybe I just didn't want to listen. I mean, that's a possibility. My perspective on my youth and that time of my life, I don't know how accurate my perception is, and I can honestly say that because certain things I remember in the past, certain things that happened yesterday, I differ from maybe someone else that was there, especially if I'm in a selfish state of mind. Perspective, perception. It's amazing. The journey, the experience. Peace, much love, big light. Happy Saturday.